Thank you for joining us on day one of NANOG 85. My name is Alex. I am a member of the NANOG program committee, and by day I'm the principal network architect at a company called DEFT. And I'll be your session moderator for this morning's presentations. It's time to get started. Joining me on stage are Tina Morris, James Shank, and Kat Gurinsky. Sorry, got your order wrong. Tina is the chair of the NANOG board of directors and also a technical business manager at Amazon Web Services. She has come from Seattle today, I believe, yes. James is the chief architect at Team Cymru, one of NANOG's old friends and host sponsor. And James came up from Florida. Kat Gurinsky is the chair of the program committee. She's also a senior network architect and came to us from Austin, Texas. I would like to ask everyone to mute your phones. So you see everybody going click, 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 click. Tina, please officially open NANOG 85.
Welcome. I'm Tina Morris. I work with Amazon AWS and also NANOG chair of the board. We do not have any slides up, Edward. We can't see them. Sorry, we have to open with a glitch, apparently. Want to keep me on track. I would peek around the corner if I could. Yeah, I know. I have like a gist of what I'm supposed to, but I don't know what's up there, so.
Opening slide.
Opening slide, welcome. Oh, Montreal, that's what we're talking about first. Okay, we can start. So, welcome to NANOG 85. We've been talking about NANOG 86 today because we're so excited about the next meeting even. So welcome to NANOG 85 in Montreal. For our virtual attendees, you're probably in your pajamas, you're probably more comfortable, but I'm so happy to see so many happy faces here. This is our first time coming back to Montreal since 2015, I believe. And see, you guys can check the slides, I can't. Let's see. Let's try that. Let's see. It's a little weird. I apologize. We had some fun facts about Montreal. Are those up? Okay, cool. Some fun facts about this hotel. John Lennon, Yoko Ono did their bed love-in thing here. There's miles of tunnels under the city. There's some cool things to see. I hope you really enjoy Montreal while you're here. I have slides. During Prohibition, Montreal was a refuge for Americans looking to drink and gamble. So, you know, don't let that be the bar for what you do while you're here. But it's a great city, and we're really glad to be back in Canada. NANOG hasn't been in Canada in many years due to the pandemic and a few things, so we're really glad to be back. We're celebrating V6 a lot this week. You're going to see a lot of talks about V6, and we have, because today is the anniversary of World V6 Day. So we're really excited to have that influence, and because of that, we have brought back the V6 only network. I encourage everybody to try that during your stay here and see what works and what doesn't. In that vein, we have a new statistics page for everybody to use, and the network information's there on the side in the orange. All their networks are listed there and what their features are. There's also some statistics you'll see, how many clients, the transit, receiving and outgoing transit. Those stats, I know it's very limited right now, but we're hoping to enhance this network page, and at the next meeting you're going to see even more stats and graphs have been promised from Edward. Hold them to that. And we want to see the different networks and how they perform against each other and see if we can, you know, get some differences in V6 and whatnot. So I think that's great. We also have our attendance stats here for everybody to look at real time. We are over 500 in-person attendees and 131 online. Our online attendees can join us from anywhere. which is great. I've met with people on the virtual tables all the way from Africa to, local that couldn't get time off of work, whatever. So we love that people can attend even if they can't be here in the room. All right, so when I think of NANOG, the most important thing for me is community. While the presentations are fantastic and that brings everybody to these events, what I like coming is the friendships, the peers. If I have a problem, I know who I can call at that company and they're gonna help me. It's gonna be a real person that's gonna help me solve an issue. That's what I get from NANOG. I've been coming to NANOG for over 10 years now, and I find the first time I came, I knew nobody in the hallways. It was quite intimidating. And once you start to form that sense of community, this is the best place to be, and you really look forward to the visits and seeing everybody. We recognize as our community grows, and not everybody has that feeling when they come, and it develops over years. And we're trying to think of ways we can get people together, other than the socials that are so big, in smaller groups and get to know each other and find people with common interests. And that's why we came up with this idea of the community forum. It's got on Discourse, there's all these chats, and the idea of introducing smaller events, coffee walks, whiskey connoisseurs, running, find people that have interests like you, team up and go in small groups. So you can also get to know more people in this community, and if you're new to the community, meet those long-term friends that you'll know forever. At the next meeting, starting at this meeting, but at the next meeting primarily, Elizabeth, our staff communications person, will be directing these events and trying to organize them more, promoting them on the mailing list, and she will be trying to find people to curate some events and get some things scheduled. But I encourage you all to go into Discourse, take a look at these pages, do a post, join an event that's already posted. It's there to bring us together and to find more community. All right, the code of conduct. It ties into community quite a bit. I'm not going to get up here and read all of the code of conduct to you today. I will tell you that for us to be successful and have that sense of community, we have to be inclusive. We have to be good to each other. We have to police our neighbors. If you see somebody acting poorly or somebody being mistreated, you need to say something. We don't want this community to have any issues with code of conduct. And this is here to support us all. If you haven't read it, please read through it. It's not that long, and it's very important. And it's important that we call people out that are doing this. Some people have been coming for years and years, and they don't understand if something they're doing might be offensive, and we don't want that. And likewise, we want people to feel comfortable coming to those microphones, and they're not going to be intimidated, scared, run off, or anything. I mean, honestly, I didn't go to a microphone for more years than I'd like to admit because I was scared of some of the aggressiveness in the room. So if you find anybody being like that, please say something to them, kindly, nicely. We all need to grow. We all need to embrace this and make this a very inclusive environment. It's very important for community to work. Some more things. The code of conduct, you all agreed to it when you registered for the meeting. It's available, it's online, please read. If there's an issue with that or anything else that you think could be improved, please reach out to ombuds@nanog.org. They're here to support. They're a neutral third party. They don't have any conceived loyalties or anything like that, so they're there for you. All right. Oh, one other thing about community before I move on to our sponsors. As I come to a meeting, I always try to meet somebody new every day. I try to, make one new acquaintance. I challenge all of you that have been coming here for a long time to do that too. And the newcomers have a green newcomer on the corner of their badge. We have, I believe, like 200 newcomers at this meeting. It's a high number. And we need to look at that and welcome those people, because even if they don't come to in-person meetings again, they can become virtual attendees. They can become part of our community going forward. That said, a special thanks to our sponsor, Cymru. Thank you, Team Cymru. I appreciate it. Our premium sponsors, Aaron, AWS, Sienna, Imperva, Telstra, and VeriSign. Thank you very much. Without sponsorship dollars, these meetings literally will not happen. We have 14 beer and gear sponsors. It's going to be a busy room, hopefully lots of good swag. Hope to see you guys there. It should be a good event. Thank you to our lunch sponsors and our break sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors this meeting. This is a great problem to have. We've been hurting for sponsorship a little bit. Our social sponsors and our meeting fellowship sponsor. Espresso bar, I know many of you will see the Espresso bar a lot. You could think in our link. NCI sponsor for our program, our education program, AWS. Connectivity sponsors and service sponsors. And I'd like to welcome our host sponsor once again, and a big thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you.
So we didn't coordinate this, but Tina stole some of my lines. But welcome. It's great to see so many friendly faces in the crowd, people that I know and people that I'm hoping to soon know. Team Cymru, and the way you pronounce that is Cymru. The easy way to remember that is to take the Y and the U and flip them around. And then that's how you can remember how to pronounce the name. Why the name? Well, Cymru is the Welsh word for Wales. And our founders looked into some of their heredity ties and discovered that they were Welsh. That's the official story. Now the other story, the one that I think is actually more true, is that they saw the Welsh flag with the dragon on it, and they're big D&D people, right? So they saw the flag, and they're like, that's great, we love that. And it's cool. It's cool that we now have this as our flag because we can make like some pretty interesting uses of that logo, like a dragon shooting fire onto a pirate ship in the middle of the ocean on an old world map, right? But anyway, I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday about how engineers like to go deeper and deeper into answering the question why. So I'm going to leave it at that. I have no idea why there's a dragon on the Welsh flag, but I got you to the flag. So if you're into vexillology, I'm looking for you to answer that question for me. The other thing about our founders, though, is that they were also network operators. They have a background that's shared amongst many people in this room. And several of our projects are aimed directly at network operators. In fact, pretty much all of them are. And some of you may know some of our older projects and might know us as the Bogon people. And we still run the Bogon project. We still allow you to peer with us to receive the Bogon feeds live. But we've done a lot more since then, and there's a lot of other things that we offer as community services now. We've kind of been ingrained, though, with the community. And Tina was talking about community. Our community focus is making our partners heroes. And we mean that. Like, our company mission is to save and improve human lives. But we are nerds first that look at the security of the internet as what we attempt to research, study, and improve. We need partnerships with people like you to help us to accomplish the goal of saving and improving human lives. And the way that we do that is through community cooperation. None of us, the internet itself doesn't really work without cooperation. You have peering coordinators in the room and peering of network operators with the singular goal of to pass packets forward, right? That requires broad cooperation amongst operators in this room and worldwide. What we do with that community cooperation is we turn that, we take that same form of cooperation and we apply that to a different set of problems. We say, how can we coordinate together, work together as a community of operators to help to secure the internet? And my role at Team Cymru, I'm chief architect of the community services, so this is something that I'm quite passionate about. What we need and what we do is we offer services to the community of operators in this room and around the world to help to secure the internet, to make it a safer environment for all people worldwide. Because one of the things that fascinates me about the internet, perhaps more than anything else, is that access to the internet has created the ability for people to connect across borders to form communities. And when you start to think about the power of that, when especially applied to marginalized populations and people that their home countries are not friendly to whatever their particular proclivity is, or their passions, or who they are as a person, the internet helps them to have a place to come, a place to find community and to connect with others. There's power in this room, and there's power in all of us to help to work together, to cooperate on problems big and small, to solve the issues that are out there, and to help to bring about a better world. And that's really what our mission is about. That's who we are. We're passionate about it, and we'd love to work with you to help them bring that out, bring that possibility of the potential in this room into an actuality. So thank you. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our community services page so you can read about what products we're currently offering. We have a number that are coming out later this year. So we'll be announcing those, of course, to the NANOG community and to other network operators groups. But thanks, it's our privilege to be here, and enjoy NANOG.
Hi, I'm Kat Gurinsky. I'm the current chair of the NANOG Program Committee. So a few notes about our program today. We have 23 peer-reviewed presentations for you, including the keynotes. Our program committee is comprised of 25 members, and we moderate the program sessions and networking sessions, and we're a self-governing group. And here's a quick little glance over all of our members. If you're a program committee member in the audience, can you raise your hand? Cool. Some program tips for y'all. There is a virtual chat. You can use the chat tab for just regular conversations. Use the Q&A tab to ask a question that you want asked during the presentation. We'll be moderating both the people coming up to the microphones and those virtual questions in Q&A, and switching back and forth between the two throughout the conference. If you are nervous and don't want to come up to a microphone like Tina was talking about earlier, you can also use the virtual chat even if you're here in person to ask a question in there for a speaker. Use the help tab if you're having any technical problems during the conference. You can also get all the agenda and presentation materials on the website, and download slides to follow along if you like, or read through later. We had the newcomers orientation breakfast this morning. The talk was recorded, so if you were not able to attend in person, you can watch it on the YouTube channel next week. Tomorrow we will have a Women in Tech lunch, which will be in person, and it'll be immediately following the Women in Exec Leadership panel. I believe everyone on that panel will be going to the lunch afterwards as well. And then Wednesday lunch will be on your own. Please do not forget to submit lightning talks. They are in person and they're back for NANOG 85. Please get your abstracts in by 3:30 Eastern time on Tuesday. The PC will send notifications out by 6 o'clock on Tuesday. And then make sure your profile has a cell number so we can notify you by text if you are accepted. If you're chosen, your slides will be due by Wednesday at noon, and the talks will be occurring between 5:15 to 5:45 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. You must be on site to present. There was confusion around this last time, so I'm just emphasizing that. Please stay around for Wednesday evening if you're doing a lightning talk. A few reminders. Our call for presentations are always open, and not just for the next NANOG, but for following ones as well. So you can submit for, I believe, 3 or 4, I think NANOG 89 right now is the latest you can submit for. So get your stuff in early. We can accept things early. We don't always just accept for the next NANOG. If you have an amazing talk and the PC reviews it because it's ready for review now, but you want to present 2 NANOGs from now, we can accept you for 2 NANOGs from now if it's that good. So get your talks in now. We'll help you improve them if needed and work with you on everything. Also, the feedback on the surveys is more important than ever. We're still trying to get it right with the post-pandemic world, with our improvements with virtual, with everything. So please let us know how the hybrid experience is going for all of you. We've made some improvements to the surveys to make them even easier, I hope. So now it's just thumbs up, thumbs down, or I didn't attend. So super easy, no more rating on a scale. And you can find all those at nanog.org/surveys, and surveys will close on Friday, June 10th. I just want to say a few quick words about some members that we lost between the last NANOG and this one. So we had Dorian Kim, who passed away recently, and Dorian was instrumental to NANOG behind the scenes. He really helped the board and NUNOG during the early years, and then his sponsorship was very helpful in keeping NANOG alive in those earlier years. And we probably wouldn't have succeeded in the early times without Dorian, so we all miss him. And then Susan Harris was the final program committee chair from Merit during the days of their leadership, and she was a fierce advocate for the values of the NANOG community, and she also passed away this year. Going forward, we now on that community.nanog.org page that Tina was mentioning, where you can find the affinity groups, we've also added a section on there for in memoriam. So I actually received lots of emails about Dorian and Susan of people that wanted to share stories about them, and unfortunately, we have very limited time in the conference, so I could not read all those here, but they've all been posted into this discourse page for people to read, and we would love you all to go on there and share your own memories of these people if you knew them, so that we can all keep them alive in our memories. If you see a name that needs to be added, we have a really easy form on nanog.org/resources, and you can go and fill in the name of the person you'd like to have added. We only have a few people on there right now, the two that you saw there, as well as a few others, but I know we're missing a lot of people. So please do let us know if there's more names you want to add to that page, and with the PC, we'll get those added for you. So back to happier things. We're all excited though for you to be here. Thank you for joining us in Montreal, and I'm going to give it back to Alex so that we can kick it off with Vince Cerf.